All right, here we go, Cleveland. AllSportsCleveland.com. Your team is back, 4th and goal. We got Will Buzz, Bobby D, Vince M, and Big B. Today we're going to be talking about our week in sports. Fellas, what's been happening?
Good moves by the Cleveland Browns. Got two big defensive holes that we created the holes ourselves, but they definitely got filled with the signing of hometown hero.
Whitner.
Yeah, Dante Whitner. Sorry, Dante Whitner and Jarius Byrd.
And Carlos Dansby from
And
the
Carlos
Cardinals.
Dansby.
We did not sign Jarius Byrd.
No, we did not get Bird.
Bird.
Will's having an off day. Too many nights at the bar.
Yeah, it's been a long week. All my friends have been home.
But no, yes, as we were speaking, Dante Whitner, watching his press conference definitely made me pretty pumped for this upcoming season. He talked a lot about being the most physical team on the field and bringing the hit, which was something that I think the team actually did a decent job of last year. That they were pretty – I mean, we had a decent defense for a while. The thing is when your offense creates 4 turnovers a game, it's kind of hard to keep that same mentality and physicality throughout the whole game. And hopefully, if we're going the right direction, I think that this could be a great defense that we're going to have here in the future.
And we had so many 3-and-outs, too. I mean, that defense is on the field more than half of the game. You can't win games, yeah. That's just tough on them.
Yeah, it's really rough when your defense is out there, more than half the time.
I do agree, though, when it came down to it, we needed improvements at, I'd say, both positions, because when we were playing with TJ Ward, we had 3 safeties on the field at a time.
He was a linebacker.
That makes us small. Even though he made a lot of tackles and he hits people, that makes us real small with having 3 safeties on the field. And Tashawn Gibson is not a hitter anyways.
Yeah, and not only did we have 3 safeties on the field, all 3 of them were small. Small
Yeah,
guys individually.
undersized.
Yeah, undersized for their – maybe not so much undersized for their position, but undersized for who they were defending.
Yeah, Buster Screen's going up against, or even a perfect example was the Detroit Lions game.
My gosh.
Oh, God, Megatron.
Foria, the tight end, caught 3 touchdowns on us.
Number 80?
Over Screen, over Gibson, and over TJ Ward because he just had size. And none of our guys, they can play, but –
Oh, those guys –
Whitner isn't he's like an inch taller than –
He plays big, though. He definitely
But
plays
he plays safety. He has his assignment over the middle, his zone, and he's the center fielder. He's a true safety. And TJ is like an outside linebacker in a 4-6 scheme. He's the weak side small guy.
I think he's actually going to do well in Denver. Denver's going to have a squad next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Denver plays half the time with 4 linebackers, 2 defensive linemen, and 5 DBs always.
A lot of multiple fronts. So
they figured out defense wins championships. So they picked up a good defense.
Yeah, Denver's got something to prove coming out next year. Not so much something to prove. They got something to prove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got something to prove, but they got to pull them socks up a little bit tighter, a little bit higher.
They got to forget all about it. If they dwell on it all season, I think they'll have a bad year.
How much of a letdown do you think it is knowing you had the number 1 offense in NFL history and then you go and get demolished like that?
You only cross the goal line once in the Super Bowl.
And what happens is you go out and you spend a bunch of money on players. Elway did not pull back any punches so far. He's winning
this
in free
offseason? Oh, yeah, for sure. But last year, he didn't really get much.
His Manning.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest addition, but I'm just saying – I guess this year he actually has a reason to. He has go. He has somebody to get weapons for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Manning makes the whole team better, but like I said, you gotta go out and get more people to help out Manning.
He made Eric Decker a bunch of money.
Yeah.
He made Eric Decker a millionaire. He made them Now, that's another thing I want to get into. Do you really see Eric Decker as a number 1 receiver? Because I feel that's the role he's going to have to fill in New York playing with the Jets. I don't see him going up against Darrelle Revis twice a season and making an impact. I think Darrelle Revis is going to shut him down, and he's not going to be very effective in that division.
I agree.
Yeah.
Defense, plenty of good corners in the whole division.
Yeah.
I don't see him as number 1 either.
It's just going to be rough because, he came out, he was the perfect complementary receiver.
To Demaryius Thomas.
And Wes Welker.
Yeah, even before Wes,
Yeah, he was just a complimentary guy. Now, I'm not trying to doubt him and say, he can't play, but I
don't think
another thing, he has no one to throw him the ball right now. In
Geno Smith. Ugh.
And I think he has promise, but from last year, a lot of turnovers, you could see he was rattled in the pocket, so maybe they make a move and maybe they go after one of these quarterbacks, which the Browns have been reported. Well, it's more speculation, nonetheless, but they've been talking about that if Matt Schwab gets released, he's coming to Cleveland. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, look at who we've released. Look who we got rid of. Browns, Whedon.
Hallelujah.
Got rid of Whedon and Campbell.
It's only an improvement.
So it's only an improvement. But which?
But who else would you want besides him? Name a free agent quarterback that we don't have to give anything up for that is better than Matt Schaub and has a better resume. He has one bad season under his belt. And his whole team was hurt, including him.
Yeah, I really think he was given a bad shot last season. He did throw, what was it, like 4 consecutive pick sixes?
Gangs. It was like 4 games
That doesn't bode well on your
resume.
resume.
Yeah, 4 games in a row he had a pick six.
That was a bullet point under the one bad season blemish.
Yeah, it's we're going in descending order with Matt Schaub, but I think if he comes in, if anything, it'll create competition. Obviously, I still think it's Hoyer's job to lose. Obviously, but I think
he'll think he's the starter. Yeah, Matt Schaub in his brain will.
I don't think so. After what happened last season, I think he's a competitor and knows that he's gonna have to actually show these coaches something.
Starter or backup, I'll be happy with Schaub.
I'll take him on the roster.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad we cleaned house with.
You know who?
Yeah.
The one we shall not speak of. But now, one of the things is we got rid of DeQuell, which was, it seemed like it was it just had to be done. He was at his prime. We think we got the best years out of him. But then we go and sign a 32-year-old linebacker.
Yeah, he's older.
But you can just tell in the press conference, Carlos Dansby is 32.
No way.
But he does, just in his voice and the way he presents himself, just through the press conference, you can tell he's a leader, and he's...
How long has he been in the league?
I'd imagine over...
I'll find out.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But as I was saying, it was Whitner Trufant, which we'll talk about later. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him. I know I wasn't. Isaiah Trufant.
No.
But Dansby, you could tell he wants to lead this team. And, obviously talk is cheap until you put the pads on or even the shorts. But I just feel like Dansby can make an impact on this team, maybe even more so than DeQuell.
Didn't we pay Carlos Dansby more than DeQuell's getting paid for the Colts?
Yes.
See, I'm fine.
It wasn't
getting Dansby,
a money
but
change.
You still got DeQuell, who's younger, and then you sign an older linebacker and pay him more than you would have to pay DeQuell to stay at Cleveland. It might pay off. Like you said, you don't know until you put the pads on. You really don't.
Yeah, and you guys all know. And for you guys listening out there, the age group in this at this round table right now, I got a little few years on these guys. It's not the age. You guys know what I bring to the table. It's solid every week.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Best board
op in the league.
In the school.
Best board op at my age in the league right now.
But he's been in the what is his
Dansby.
name? I can't.
Carlos
Dansby. I hate his name. I hope I like him as a player. But
Will Buzz is off today.
He's been in the league since 2004, and
so he's got 9 years under his belt, basically.
I want to say we got a veteran leader, but I think we just had one. I don't think the Dansby trade was a real big swap. I think it was just an eye for an eye.
Here's what I think why it's good. Okay, look at it from Pettine's perspective. He comes into a losing culture team, and Haslam walks into a losing culture team, buys one. You get rid of the players